everyone, it is your boy Calamity, and we're here today to talk about a question that a lot of people have been asking. I've been answering a lot of comments with this question. Why did I leave Sega? Well, it wasn't my choice. I should preface this by saying I wasn't fired. I was made redundant as part of a series of layoffs at Sega Europe. Now, for my American viewers, because I don't think you guys have redundancy in the same way. Redundancies are where a company lays off a percentage of its staff because the company isn't doing well. That's the reality of it. And unfortunately, because of that, I lost my job. I left on very good terms. I love the people that I worked with. I love the company, but unfortunately that chapter has come to an end. I am employed. I have got a new job, and did my first week this week, and that's going really well, but it's something that I did want to talk about because this has honestly been one of the most heartbreaking experiences I've ever gone through. One of the most difficult for sure. And you know, like I'm very open with you guys. I've always tried to be as transparent as I can. And unfortunately, you know, this has been some of my darkest moments in terms of like I've had some really dark thoughts surrounding this situation. And again, I've always been very honest about my mental health on this channel because I do feel it's important to talk about it, because so many people suffer from mental health problems now. It's crazy how many people suffer from it. Well, from various different mental health problems. And yeah, this hasn't been easy. This has been really difficult. I've been so low over the past few months. When we found out in March, the end of March, that this was going to be happening, it was reported by IGN, it was reported to the Japanese Stock Exchange, and we found out after the press did. Now, that's not the fault of Sega. The way it works in Japan is you have to wait till the end of closing of the business day to report these things, and obviously that happens in Japan before it happens here in the UK. So we went in not knowing. We knew we had a big company announcement that day, and we knew it wasn't going to be good, but I found out on a bus on my way to work that they were going to be laying off a hell of a lot of staff, and fantastic people I have worked with have lost their jobs. Fantastic people that I've worked with have managed to keep their jobs. My team was critically cut, and my boy Aiden, who you've seen on the channel quite a few times, basically a brother to me, he managed to keep his job in my team. So I really do wish all the best to Aiden. I love you, bro. I can't wait for the Sonic Symphony in October with you, or September, whenever it is this year in London. But it's been awful. These have been the most difficult months of my life. And I want to say that this isn't the fault of Sega Europe. They have followed the UK's policy on redundancies. They haven't stepped a foot out of line in that regard. They have done everything by the book. And I know for a fact that it wasn't easy for the people making the decisions to make the decisions they've made. It hurt for them too. They've lost friends. In a lot of ways, they've lost family. And it's been very difficult for them. And am I bitter? Yeah, I am. But at the end of the day, I still love Sega and obviously Sonic, because the videos are going to keep coming. So I think that actually makes it more difficult for me in a way, because I absolutely love this brand. I love the company, the titles they produce, And like we just got some amazing news that the Football Manager series has signed with the Premier League. That's such awesome news, and I'm so incredibly happy for my colleagues that have, well, my ex-colleagues that have got that deal together. To have the Premier League backing Football Manager is huge. It's fantastic, and there's a lot of great stuff to come from Sonic. I don't really know too much. I know that there's big things coming. I know that the people behind the brand at Sega Europe really care, and they've really worked their asses off, and some incredible stuff to come. So it's a really, really, really sad situation. It's been heartbreaking for me. I dreamed of working for Sega since I was a very small child, and that dream has come to an end, and it's been really, really difficult for me. Incredibly difficult for me. Now, I'm hoping as a result of this that I can get back to making Sonic content that I really enjoy making. I am going to be putting the ex-Sega employee part on a lot of my videos, because I'll be honest with you, it gets the views. It really gets the views. I mean, the Sonic X Shadow Generations trailer reaction is nearly on 1,000 views, which is great for my channel. So thank you to everyone that's watched that. I really do appreciate it. I really hope that I'm going to get to work with Sega more as an influencer now. Hopefully I'll be getting some review codes for some upcoming games, and I'll be able to review them for you guys. And I do want to make it clear that my opinion will always be my opinion, and I'm not going to base my opinion on what's happened here. So if a Sonic game comes out and I genuinely don't like it, it's because I genuinely don't like it. It's not because I lost my job at Sega and therefore I want to, you know, spread vitriol on the internet about it. That's not the way I am. This channel has always been a really positive place for Sonic the Hedgehog, and it will continue to be so. I will always love it. You know, Sonic gave me something to believe in. He gave me a goal, and at 31 years old, I ran towards that goal, and it's been the most incredible experience of my life. I've worked with some incredible people. There are some absolutely fantastic people that work at Sega. Aiden being one of them. The greater IT team, you know, really made me feel like family. There were so many tears at my leaving drinks, and it was heartbreaking. I want to give a big shout out to Marilia, who brought me onto the streams to do the Game Blast streams, which you may have seen on the official Sega Twitch channel. I want to give a big shout out to the licensing team. The licensing team have been incredible to me. Absolutely incredible. You should see the amount of stuff they gave me as like leaving presents. It's insane. And they've always given me like free stuff. And they've taken my opinion on board about Sonic merch. I mean, it's truly been incredible. The marketing team have been amazing to me in terms of events and, you know, my enthusiasm for Sonic. They've always kind of encouraged it, and I love that. The creative services team, you know, they've always been really, really great to me. Lovely, lovely people. Big shout outs to Nat on reception, who was literally my work mum. The product inlines team have always been so lovely to me. I've had such great relationships with them. The facilities team, just incredible people all around. And I'm truly heartbroken to not be working with them anymore. But life moves forward, right? There's always new opportunities out there, and maybe for the meanwhile this is a silver lining. I get to work on myself for a little while, focus on my new job, focus on the content I want to make, and really kind of grow from this experience, because that's what these things do to you. You grow, no matter how difficult it is. You grow from these things. They make you a stronger person. It's just, I don't think I've ever been hurt like this before. Like, breakups, yeah, they've hurt, but this hurts even more. The only thing I can really think of worse than this is losing family members. Particularly when I lost my nan, that was utterly destroying to me. And I think it's always my biggest regret is that she never got to see me doing this, working at Sega. Because I know she would have been so proud of me. Because this is all I'd ever wanted. You know, she used to get so annoyed with reruns of Sonic X on her television constantly when I would come home from school. And I really wish you'd got to see me do that, man. I really wish you'd got to see me working there. And it stings, it hurts, it's been my personal hell, this whole experience. And that's not the fault of Sega Europe, as I've said previously. Like, everyone there is amazing. They've done everything they can to stick by me and do what they can for me. And it's just, it sucks that this has had to end. But I have left on very good terms. I have made friends there that I will keep for life. And I love them all so much. But that's it, you know. I know a lot of people have asked why I left Sega, and that's the honest truth. I was made redundant. A lot of people were, and layoffs in the gaming industry are a big thing that I think we do need to talk about at some point. I know a lot of YouTubers do talk about it, and being someone that has now gone through it, I have some strong opinions on why this is happening to the gaming industry. And I do think that is something I will cover, because I want to raise awareness from my little corner. But now isn't the time, because I'm hurting, and that's not the right time to talk about these things, you know, because I want to come at things from a cool and level head, not one that's filled with sadness. You know, I'm sick of crying myself to sleep at night. I'm really sick of crying myself to sleep at night. These past few months have been so heavy on my emotions. And it's just awful. It's torn me apart. I am at a point now where I don't really know who I am as a person, because it was the biggest drive in the world for me to work there, and every day I went to work, I went there with the intention that if I fixed someone's IT problems, I was directly benefiting the franchises that I loved. I was directly helping them, and I was. And I've done some absolutely incredible things with Sega Europe. The launch of Sonic Frontiers will always be a very special one to me. Me and that game's fates were intrinsically linked, we'll say, and that is why, as much as I think that is like one of the best Sonic games we've ever had, I know a lot of people are giving me hate for that, but I don't really care at this point. I'm entitled to my opinion, you're entitled to yours. That game will always mean so much to me. And particularly I'm here because it wasn't a difficult process to get through that launch. I was, you know, going to different events in London and Paris Games Week I went to as well to install code and get the game ready for the public to play. And I remember it was a couple of days before the launch. I remember because I took my PS5 to Paris, waiting for my review code to come through, which was slightly delayed, so I didn't get to play it. But some people had already got the game early, as often happens with these games. And I remember I'm Here coming out and how much that song meant to me and still means to me. I've said before, it's like Sonic is singing it to you. And it's lines like, you know, once again we'll start our story anew, don't be afraid, I will be with you. It's like I was stepping into the unknown on a lot of that. I will talk about that one day. It's not the time, again, to talk about what happened and what I went through during that launch. But it was not easy for me. And that song got me through so much. Like, there was a high chance I wouldn't have been here if not for the end product of that game, and particularly that song and the others as well. Like Undefeatable, I felt undefeatable after I got through all that, right through it all. Like, I listened to the Sonic Symphony thing they did the other day, where they put the clips into the Sonic birthday live stream, and I just started crying on Jess's sofa, because it's the whole the lyrics of you know, so break through it all, they'll know your name, burn into their memories. It's like, it was kind of my motto for a little while. That was like, this is the legacy I'm going to leave behind at Sega. And I think I have left behind a legacy at Sega. I think a lot of people will know me as the crazy Sonic guy that literally owned no other clothes but Sonic clothes. But I loved it. I loved every second of it. And these are memories that I'll hold on to for the rest of my life. I will tell my kids about this and how I had the time of my life working at this company. So, as I said, it sucks that I am no longer a part of Sega. And it really hurts. It's eating me up inside, I've got to be honest. It's completely eating me up inside. But, as I said, everything happens for a reason. And we grow, we change, and we adapt. And that's what I have to do from this scenario. But don't think for a second that is going to stop me loving this franchise. And there are other franchises, but obviously mainly Sonic. I will always love it. I will always support it. I will always be the crazy Sonic guy. But I think the thing for me now is, I was the crazy Sonic guy that had a YouTube channel, right? And then I worked for Sega, and I feel like people couldn't just look at me as the crazy Sonic guy anymore, because it wasn't, you know, you're just sitting in your bedroom making YouTube videos. I went and turned that obsession, that dream, into a reality. And now I feel like I've just gone back to, oh, that crazy Sonic guy. As I said, I don't really know who I am at the moment. And it's torn me apart in every way possible. But I love Sega. I love Sonic. I love Shadow even more. I love every single person I have been honoured to work with. And it's just, it's so hard to talk about this, but I needed to make this video. So I'm going to leave it there. There is a little montage that I'm going to load up for you at the end of this video that I created. Thank you to everyone that supported me. Because I remember when I made the video saying I got the job at Sega, and all the time through that, this community has stuck by me. They've supported me, they've cheered me on. From people subscribed to the channel, liking the videos, watching the videos, all of that, leaving comments, people I met at events, fellow Sonic fans. Thank you all so much for seeing me through this journey. And I suppose the biggest thank you of all to Jess, because Jess has got me through some of the most difficult times in working for Sega. Not talking ill of Sega, but like, when you care that much about something and you work there, you know, you burn out very easily because you're just giving it 200% the whole time. And she's been absolutely incredible in getting me through that, and in the aftermath as well. She's been amazing to me. So massive love to her. But yeah, let's roll the clip. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. slap a like on it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 3K. So I really would appreciate that. I know this is quite a sad, somber video, but you can expect my normal energy as we approach Sonic Movie 3, Sonic X Shadow Generations, and whatever else is around the corner when it comes to the Sonic franchise. I'll be there for all of it. I'll still be on the front lines. So, yeah. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Please consider joining the Hatchling Empire, both the Discord and subscribing to this channel. And yeah, let's roll the clip. Had an interview for one of my favourite companies ever. That interview has extended into me getting a job at Sega Europe.
So, we're here at Westfield. Aiden is here. We're going to see Sonic 2. Guys, I just can't. I just got out of Sonic 2. Guys, I just... Oh my god. Theories for the third film are already
I acquired something a bit special, as you can see here to my left. This comes from Sega directly, from my employer Sega of Europe. This is stunning. Okay, so... And now that I am taking on this role, it's my way of giving back to something that has given me just so much throughout the course of my life.
Oh no.
That was lucky. No, that was skill. Yep. This is how I roll.
And today I'm here to talk to you about my first week at Sega Europe. Big spoiler alert, I'm absolutely loving it.
Oh, I think I know that one. I think I've had that one playing.
But you don't listen to emo music.
No, I don't.
We're going to
You
change
still,
that.
if you win, you can give it to someone. It's a great game. Hashtag shout out.
I love how we're pushing a character that isn't in the game.
I know, but I always say hashtag shout out for any giveaway. It's just either that or hashtag ole.
Rough Rider says you look like you're quite the pro at this game. I try. Becky says I'm just watching in awe at how easy you're making it look. Again, I try.
Stop saying nice things to him. Look at
Stop
him.
playing my
He's
ego,
so
guys.
happy.
Come on.
Oh my god.
It's already big enough. I have to deal with it every day.
You have given me hope in literally the darkest points of my life. Anything that anyone has ever said to put me down in that regard. I don't care, man. I really don't care anymore. I got my dream job working at Sega. I genuinely can't believe this has happened. This is honestly just honestly the most incredible thing that's ever happened to me.